What up everyone, it's your boy X-Manny87 here, bringing you a DC Multiverse video, and what I have for you today is the DC Multiverse Batman Arkham Asylum Batman action figure review. Before I get into everything, if you could please drop a thumbs up, like rating on the video, it'll help show your support for my channel and I greatly appreciate it. Now with that said, the Batman Arkham franchise is my favorite video game franchise ever, so I'm so stoked for this. So let's take a close look at Batman. Now taking a close look at the head sculpt for Batman here. Wow, this looks video game accurate. It is so freaking cool. The cowl is just perfect. They pulled it off. McFarlane Toys did a great job here. And just everything about this face just reminds me so much of the video game. And I always loved how the ears were so close together. The ears aren't sharp. They're pretty pliable. So, you know, but pretty sturdy as well. So you don't have to worry about them warping or anything like that. You got the bat chin right there looking really strong. Man, this is just incredible. Look at this cowl. Just the sculpting on it, it's so great. Video game accurate. You can even see some sculpting on the temples right there. I'm just amazed by this. Usually I like to cover the base of the body before like a cape or anything like that, but I gotta mention the cape first because it is pretty much the thing you see the most when playing the game. This third person over the shoulder view, and the cape just came out looking so great. Love the wrinkles, love the sculpt throughout, and definitely captured the way it looks in the game. And what's really cool is at the bottom right here, it just drapes on the floor, just like how you see it in the video game, because this is always dragging on the floor. So when you stand them up, you see the cape just touching the floor. It's just a nice way it curves to the ground. Very, very cool. Again, looking at it from the back, oh, this is so Batman-like, and I love it. Now looking at the torso, this came out superb, man. The Bat logo right there, nice and big, and it's just such an iconic look in the video game. Man, this is one of my favorite Batman designs ever, and in the game, it looks like his suit was made of a mix of fabric and armor. So you get these like armored plates on his shoulder. But then it looks so smooth and clean because even though it looks armored, it feels like it's a skin tight suit, and it's really nice. And you get these texturized look like on the side of his ribs and on the back of the arms. You know, those are what looks to be carbon fiber. So he's got to have that in his suit to move around lightly. And this is just one of my favorite Batman designs. Then looking at the gauntlets right here, it is nicely detailed, man. Nice wash to them. This is really cool. And he's got those bat blades right there. They're very long, just like in the game. And on the side right there, you see some straps. So then you got the hands right there, and he has like armored little plates on his knuckles. So that's really cool, you know, because he's got to knock the baddies out real quick. Then he has his gold armored utility belt right here with some pouches, and the pouches are armored too. Hilarious. Then he gets the black trunks, man, and I'm a fan of the black trunks over the tights. So I'm happy in the game they kept it that way. Then looking at the legs, he's got those big bulky legs, and got a seam coming down in the middle. You get some bolts right there at the top of the kneecap. And then his boots look really good, man. I like the armored plated boots. He's got some heavy duty shin guards right here. And you see the straps behind it. And looking at the base of the foot, you get some more armored plating on top of the foot. And looking at the side, it's just so good. Then you get the threads at the bottom of the feet and peg holes. And the back of the figure is pretty much plain. You get a lot of seams going down, and that's pretty much it. But this cape is nice and pliable, though. And just to note, if you keep the bat blades on his gauntlets under the cape right here, it's definitely going to warp, so look out for that. I like to keep them outside of the cape so that way it doesn't warp, just like that, and then you'll be good from there. As for accessories, they give him a Batman Arkham Asylum card, and it has a data file on the back. So yeah, these two accessories are useless to me. I'd rather have this go towards, you know, extra hands or another accessory useful, but this I really don't care about. Next up, he has his signature Batarang. You know, you need this for Batman. He was throwing the crap out of those Batarangs in the game. And the back looks good, man. And it fits in his hands nicely, nice and sturdy, so it doesn't fall off. And there you go. Now you could sling this around your house and stuff. And don't do that. You'll lose it. The next accessory is really cool. He gets this folded down Batarang. I think this is really cool. So, you know, comparing the two together, it just looks so good, man, and it's really nice wash on them too. Then again, it fits in his hand nicely, and this looks really good because you can put it against his hip and make it look like he's taking the Batarang out of his utility belt, so that again is dope. Then he comes with this what looks like a concussive blast, but I don't remember this gadget being in the game. It does look like the top part that is part of the explosive gel, but I don't think it's that. Don't remember it being in the game. Still looks cool. It's a pill shape. The top part is silver, bottom part is black, and then you get these gold little bits at the top that look like bullets. And the next accessory is something I haven't seen in the game either, so I don't remember. If you guys know, please let me know, but I thought this was the triple line launcher. It could be. I don't think it is. The line launcher was more small, and it was, you know, kind of like hand size, not this big thing. I'm trying to remember where it was. It looks familiar, but at the same time, I just don't remember it. Anyway, it's a nice looking piece, and you get that nice wash. Really like the sculpt here. And then you could just put it in his hand like so, but this is where it just leaves me confused because he doesn't have a trigger hand. So I'm assuming that the finger is supposed to go through that hole, because this just looks, it doesn't look natural. I'm guessing that's how he holds it. But it's just weird because something this big of an accessory should be able to wield two-handed. So maybe like this, I don't know, it just doesn't look right, it doesn't look natural. Now to cover articulation with Batman, his head moves that far up, so not too bad. Wish he moved it a little bit higher, but it moves down that much, so unfortunately, it's not really down, it's just going to be straight. And it swivels, and it has some good tilt to it, and it kind of rocks around. His arms move that far up, so not bad. He's got the shoulder butterfly joint, moves down all around. You got the shoulder swivel, you got a bicep swivel, and unfortunately, you get a single jointed elbow that only bends in that far. That is such a bummer with a character that needs his elbow range. And you got a wrist swivel and a multi-directional ball jointed wrist to point in any direction. He's got a double diaphragm joint that bends in that far, and that's it. And I'm sorry, for a double diaphragm joint, you gotta have more range than that. That is not good at all. And he moves back, better back range than forward. But you got the top part that swivels, and it pivots, and it rocks around. Same with the waist. It swivels, and it pivots, and it rocks around. And I'll let you know, the torso on mine got really loose just posing him for a few. So it does look like he's about to spin like a ballerina, but just giving you the heads up on that. His legs move that far apart, so he could get a full split, and that's great with Batman. You need that. And he kicks up that far, and he kicks that back, so you could get a frontward split with him as well. Really cool. Upper thigh rocks around a little, and the thigh swivel is barely there. I mean, you just get very light movement on it. Double jointed knees, and oh, no heel to the bat butt, but you know, he could reach his back in the cape part, so still pretty good range. He's got ball jointed ankles, so they can swivel, they can pivot real nice. Unfortunately, his foot does not move up, so that's a bummer. It moves down a good amount, then he's got the toe joint that moves up and back into place. Now for some comparisons, here is our DC Multiverse Arkham Asylum Batman next to the Mezco Sovereign Knight Batman. And you can see they are very similar in design. Here he is next to a NECA Batman figure. Here he is next to Mattel's DC Multiverse Collect and Connect Killer Croc. Hopefully we'll get a Arkham Asylum Killer Croc from McFarlane Toys. That would be crazy. And here he is to a McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Batman Hellsuit. And finally, here he is next to the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Batman Arkham Asylum Joker, which I will be reviewing next. Alright, and now to wrap things up, my final rating is a 7.5 out of 10. It's not so bad, but it's not so great either. There's nothing I want to do more than to pose Batman in those iconic Batman poses we know in the comics, or in this case, the Arkham games for that matter. The double diaphragm joint killed me as they didn't fully take advantage in that point of articulation. When that's applied on a figure, that needs to be heavily capitalized on, as it's pretty much non-existent here. Single jointed elbows are another frustrating feature on this figure, as it further stiffens the figure. The overall aesthetic from the game is captured here beautifully. You get that iconic stoic stance from the game cover that you can easily recreate in a vanilla pose. The head sculpt is superb, no doubt about it. McFarlane nailed the sculpting of the entire figure here, as he always does. The cape feels what I imagine it to feel like if I were to touch it in the game. I like the accessories we get here. The batarangs are my favorite because of how authentic it looks from the game. The other two accessories, even though I don't remember these being in the game, still came out very nice. The card and base are useless to me. I'd rather have alternate hands. This figure needed alternate hands badly. However, I'm still content with this figure. I like it more than the DC Direct one I had. I'll proudly display this guy on my Gamerverse shelf, an addition I'm quite happy with. So now I kick it back to you guys. What do you guys think of this figure? Who would you like to see McFarlane Toys do next as a figure from the Arkham game franchise? Comment below, let me know. That was my review. Please follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. Link is in the description below. Get your McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse figures at Big Bad Toy Store. Link is in the description below. Check out my website, xmanny87, view my photo gallery and merchandise. Hit the notification bell so you always know when my videos are up. Share and subscribe if you're new. See you on the next review. Peace, peace.